Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. Everyone's favorite, it's leg day. We're going to start this one in a toe stretch. Everyone's absolute favorite. So go ahead and meet me on your mat. You shouldn't need any blocks or props or anything today. So once we get here, my favorite way to come into this is just to get into this little kneeling squat here, spreading my toes out as far as they'll go. And then I'll slowly allow my knees to come forward. And then as my body allows me, I sit back onto the heels. If you get right here and you're like, yeah, ha, then stay right here. This is still a toe stretch. Even this is a toe stretch. So finding a little bit of discomfort here. This is not a comfortable position, but as always, there should be no stabbing, shooting, nor any sharp pains that you feel. If there are, you need to ease out of it just a bit. A slight level of discomfort is acceptable, but we don't want to have ourselves in pain. So once you get here, just come to a bit of stillness. This is probably going to be the only stillness that we get besides our shavasana. So just relishing in this time, trying to bring the awareness to the breath and not the toes. Nice steady inhales and slow and steady exhales. Let's go ahead and inhale those arms up and overhead. We'll exhale them down to heart center. And again, inhale those arms up. And exhale to heart center. And one more time, we'll take the arms up. And this time, let's take cactus arms, maybe taking a slight back bend here. And hands at heart center. Beautiful. Slowly we'll come forward, releasing those toes. We're going to counter stretch it. So sitting back on them, maybe walking the hands back and maybe lifting those knees up slightly. 3 rounds of breath. Beautiful. Slowly rolling back forwards. Hands plant. Let's go ahead and send the hips up and walk forward. So we're at the top of the mat here. And we're going to slowly peel ourselves up to a standing position. Rolling the shoulder blades back. We're going to come up onto the tiptoes. If you need a chair or the wall, just scoot yourself closer to it. We're going to come up on the tiptoes. You can have your arms up and overhead. They can be at heart center. You can also have them on your hips. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to do slow lowers all the way down to a squat. So we're going to stay up on the tiptoes the entire time. Very slow, very controlled movements here. And we're down all the way. And that's 1. We're going to slowly come back up. Staying on those tiptoes if possible. And here we go with the slow lower. You could always have your arms out in front of you if that helps with your balance. And there's 2, so we slowly rise back up. And here we go again, down. And up. That was 3. And back down. There's 4, and back up. And down. And back up. There's 5. We're halfway here. We got this. And down. 6. Back up. Whew. Starting to feel those legs burn. That's what we're looking for here. 7 and back up. Whew. If you need to come onto the toe or onto the heels, be my guest. 8. 9. The slower we do these, the more the leg muscles get activated. The faster we do it, the less benefit we have here. And this is 10. Whew. Go ahead and shake those hips out. Maybe shaking the legs out. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and pick up that right leg, catch that knee, and roll that ankle. Reverse that roll. And release that leg. Other side, catch that left knee. Same thing. Roll that ankle. And reverse your roll. Beautiful. Foot comes back to the mat. Chair to standing. So arms up. Sit back in your chair. Tuck that tailbone. And stand for 1. And down for 2. And stand. Down for 3. And stand. Down for 4. And stand. Down for 5. And stand. Down for 6. And stand. 7. 8. 9. Whew, 1 more. And 10. Let's hold this chair. You can bring the hands to heart center. We're not working the shoulders or the arms today. Main focus is the legs. Maybe coming up on those tiptoes here. Finding that connection with your breath. And fold forward. Ragdoll. Find those opposite elbows. Bend through the knees. And let's sway left to right here. We'll be here for a few rounds of breath. When you come over to the left, straighten through that right knee. When you come over to the right, straighten through that left knee. Stretching through the hamstrings and the calves here. Take 1 more round of breath here. Inhale brings us up, halfway lift. On the exhale, we fold and we plant the hands. We step the feet back, plank. Take the gaze forward and we'll be here 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down the knees and then the chest and the chin. We'll roll through into our cobra. Big smiles on our faces. Everybody tucks those toes and we all push back to meet downward facing dog. No rush. Go ahead and pedal the feet. We'll take about 3 rounds of breath here. And go ahead and take the gaze forward. Come up on those tiptoes and let's pounce to the top of the mat. Inhale, we lift up halfway. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we'll peel all the way up to standing. Head and neck come last. Roll the shoulder blades down the back body. Beautiful job. We're going to shift the weight over into that left foot. We're coming into tree, so pulling this right foot either on the calf or the thigh. You can also rest it at that left ankle. When it feels good, you can bring your hands to heart center. Holding here. Finding that gazing point in front of you. Maintaining that balance. Rooting down through that left big toe. If it feels good, you can grow your branches. About halfway there. Smiles are on our faces. Maybe trying to pull that right leg back just a little more. Go ahead and bring the hands to heart center. We're going to send the leg back, coming in warrior 3. Chest stays lifted here. You got this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, hands come down to the mat. We're coming standing splits. If you want, you can take that left hand to that left calf or ankle. That feels good for you here. Coming back to the breath. And we're going to take a big step back, warrior 2. So we're going to pivot on that back foot and windmill these arms open. Gaze is towards that left middle finger. Let's exalt this warrior. Right hand comes to right thigh, left hand up and overhead. Chest stays lifted, gaze is up. And back to warrior 2. And we're going to windmill these arms to frame this foot. Step back plank. You can take a vinyasa or you can go ahead and hop to the front of the mat. Choice is yours. If you've chosen to vinyasa with me, we are going to come up on those tiptoes and hop to the front. Inhale brings us up, half lift. Exhale, we fold. And then we'll peel up to standing. Shoulder blades roll back. Ha! We have another side. So we'll go and shift that weight over into the right. And come in for our tree pose first. Let's start with our hands at heart center, finding that drishti, that gazing point in front of you here. Imagining that string lifting you up from the crown of your head. If it feels good, you can grow your branches out. Rooting down through that right big toe here. Maybe pulling that left leg back just a little bit. Breathing. We are not holding or clenching our breath here. We're slowly going to bring them to heart center, hands to heart center. Coming in, warrior 3. So send that left leg back. Chest stays lifted here. Slowly coming in, standing split. So hands come to the mat, left leg lifts up. If you want to take this right hand to that right ankle or calf, be my guest. Connecting with the breath. I'm going to take a big step back, pivot on that back foot, windmill those arms open, coming in, warrior 2, gazes towards that right middle finger. Exalt that warrior, left hand comes to left thigh, right hand up and overhead. And come back, warrior 2. Great job. Windmill these arms to frame this foot. Step back plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga, up dog. We'll all meet. Downward facing dog. You could also take child's pose if that's what you're feeling right now. Wherever you are, we're going to take 3 rounds of breath here. Beautiful job. We're coming up to the top of the mat. Coming up on that halfway lift, fold, and then on the inhale, we'll come up to standing. Roll those shoulder blades back. All right. Arms up, sit back chair. We're going to lift up that left leg, send it back, high lunge. We're going to step this right foot back to meet the left. Woo! Standing at the back of the mat. You can also come into chair here. Okay? And right foot's going to step forward and back into chair. There's 1. And again. Step back. Maybe all the way back into chair. And step forward. Back to chair for 2. And let's go again. High lunge. Chair at the back. High lunge. Chair at the front. Okay, and again. Back. Chair at the back. It's okay if you lose your balance. That's what we're here for. Back to high lunge. Chair. 1 more. High lunge. Chair. High lunge. Chair. Whew, stand. Give yourself a little shake out there. I'm going to put my hair up here. I don't do that much here. But here we are. Hair's going up. Okay. Other side. Chair. Shift the weight to the left. Step it back. High lunge. Step to the back. Chair. And again. Forward. Chair. And then back. Whew, you got this. Chair. Forward. Chair. Whew, that's 3. You can bring your hands to heart center if those shoulders are feeling that. Step it back. High lunge. Chair. Forward. High lunge. Chair. Whew, you got this. We got 1 more of these. Step it back. Chair at the back. Step it forward. Whew, chair at the forward and fold. My goodness. I didn't know what I was signing up for there. I've done that a few times, but I've never done it in repetition. Just find the hang here. Let's go ahead and come into our yogi squat. Using those elbows to push against those knees, hands at heart center. Releasing some of that heat we've built up here. And slowly coming back up to stand. We're going to do 20 jumping jacks. We've all got this. We all know how to do jumping jacks, so I'm just going to count us through them. They can be as little or as large as you'd like them to be. Like I said, I'm just going to count us through 20 of them. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, 1 more leg workout here. We're going to come from a chair to a goddess, to a chair. Okay? Just 10 times. This is going to be fun. Hands at heart center, chair. Goddess, chair. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. I laugh because legs are not my favorite. Let's go ahead and come on down to our booties. Send the legs out long. Coming into our Padimottanasana, our seated forward fold. Arms up. Hinge at the hips to come forward. Pulling on those feet to get that stretch. Coming back to the breath. Maybe giving your legs a little massage. Peel up. We're going to rock and roll. Unless you don't like rocking and rolling, you can come to your back. But it might feel nice to get that back massage here. And when you're good, we're going to land on our backs, legs up. You're going to do some scissor legs so you can tuck your hands under your booties. If you want to do leg lifts, you can do those too. Otherwise, I'm offering the scissor legs. Legs up, left drops, left comes up, right drops. I think we can do 20 of these. And let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Beautiful. Hug those knees into the chest. Coming in, happy baby, pulling those feet down. You can also pull from the calves or the ankles. Gently allowing that breath to come back to its natural ebb and flow. Slowly allowing the feet to come down. Coming in for shavasana, tucking those shoulder blades, palms face up. We created lots of beautiful energy here. Let's give ourselves just a moment to allow the body to accept all of that yumminess. Beginning to wiggle those fingers and toes. I'm going to hug those knees in. We're all slowly going to make it to a comfortable seat. If you want to stay in shavasana, be my guest. I could definitely stay here for 5 minutes today. We're going to take a releasing exhale here. So we'll all take an inhale. And let's sigh it out. Let's take one more inhale. And let it go. Thumbs to your third eye. Namaste. Thank you so very much for joining me today. As always, let me know how you like this flow. Leave me a like, share this with your friends or family who you think may enjoy this. And as always, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you back on the mat tomorrow.